something, JJ. Okay, that's up. Let me get channel. What's that? So I don't hear them crack their necks. Move this to the side. I think I'll just be up here for now. We're back. I don't know if you guys have just got back or not. Hopefully that quick stop and go. Put this on loop. Alright. So first match, we are going to what's JMS? Breakable. If he's here. Shitty. Fine. Hate this. Also gonna do after this to Big Kahuna versus Nagato and Swords. Mr. Swords might want some advice. Unless you've got if you don't have much time, Swords, I can do yours to like, because I don't know if Kahuna's here. Maybe he's here. Very fucking certain I thought I saw him. Did you change his name? Big Kahuna. There he is. Okay, I'll keep you for last and maybe Kahuna will respond. So if JMS, if you have any first of all, I'll start off by JMS, if you are in the stream and if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them over and I'll address them while I watch your match. Apart from that, we could just get into it. So after that dolphin, first of all, actually, okay, I'll straight to show you. I'll show you some straight up things I can probably think of off the top of my head. I don't like doing this too much because I just go on too much.
May versus Soul. Get ready to rock.
Alright. So the first thing, I'll say a few things. The first thing with a Mei, she's probably super strong in the air. She can convert really well in the air, but she's also really good at like approaching. So here's one thing that she can do. This is really hard to deal with. Yeah. Just turn off counting. If this like this is really fast, and if you're at a certain spacing, it's around here. That's safe as hell. And you can go into a knockdown. So like, you know. So this is super strong. Second thing, another combo you can do for a simple combo, if you have meter, and you want to use meter for a combo, is it's a bit that. Wait, not that either. Shit. Something like that. You go into an air series. I can't remember the air series off the top of my head, but that's like a huge amount of damage. It's very easy to get off air stall. But yeah, so that's a really easy combo. If you have time moves, maybe. I'm sorry, this is a bit late, and I've got three newer plays I got to go through. Okay, another thing that's really good about Mei is this. She has really good air conversions. So if I do this. Something like that. But that's like a huge amount of damage. And then it gets even worse. And this move is really dominating, so it could get even better for a Mei. She can do something like this. Good time properly. Just, you can convert off it really well with rejumps. But she's really good in the air. Like, you can even do stuff like this. Just, you can convert off it quite well. Same with jump S. Jump S is really good. Fuck, that does so much damage. Let's get out of the way. Another thing, I just noticed that I don't know if you fix this like later on, but these summon dolphins, when you jump on them, pretty sure you can move up to them, yeah? Yeah? So you can air dash after them and continue pressure. And do stuff like this. This is actually kind of annoying to deal with. You get them nice and low as well. You jump on them like really low. Something like that. Wait. You can just do stuff like that. You can actually continue movement. I don't think so. I don't know, like when I look at the characters. No. Maybe, no. Not really, no. No. Sort of. Kind of. No. Not really. No. Not really. Maybe. Not really. No. I can't really think of any character that's like, because the thing is, Mei. The thing with Mei is her reward, like, because her buttons are really dominating, especially on counter hit. Like, she gets huge damage on like a air to air counter hit. Even in air to ground, like, it's kind of annoying to anti-air, because if you fuck up, because you kind of need good timing. If you fuck up, and then she's going to get a big counter hit, and it's gonna really hurt. Same with air to air, it's just big counter hits, and the value or the trade is like scary. Why did that do so much damage? So, mate, like, if she's dancing around like this, which is very annoying to deal with. Also, I don't know if you knew this, but you can, you know, time this right, is a form of Oki. Something like that. So you can like go overhead, because the overhead is airborne. You just gotta hold down the dolphin. You can do stuff like that. The thing with Mei is, the other thing with Mei is her anti-airs are not very good. She can't play a ground game as well as other characters in terms of anti-airing and using stuff. She needs to be a little bit more air-to-air. But she has good tools. Like she can rising air-to-air, you know. So if like someone's jumping in at a, like if someone dares to jump at her, you just, you know. Because her anti-airs otherwise are like not as good. 6P's not that good. Pretty bad. This isn't the best anti yet. Should probably jump page. I wouldn't even jump page. I just jump P, jump K. Or just be in the air and defensively jump around. Yeah, you are probably the scariest thing in the air. You are. Oh, so her jump. This isn't annoying thing with Maze. I might as well tell you. You're gonna figure it out anyways. So in a maze here, yeah. Her jump startup is 3 frames. So a decent chunk of the cast is 3 frame startup. Some have 4 and Pod is 5. So she can jump out a lot of shit. But she is the highest jump. Like this is a normal jump. And it's really fast and it's really high. But she can get out of shit and then you come down with a really annoying ass pound. You know. Which is really annoying. She can be like, alright, you're pressuring me? You start pressuring me for half a second? I'm out. I'm in the air. Now I'm scary again. She can jump out and then she can air dash out, you know? Because she got a pretty good air dash as well. So, like a soul could be really close doing some stuff and you can be like, oh. I'm out. I'm out. I can, you know, do stuff. So, she's one of the stronger characters in terms of jumping around like crazy. And jumping out of pressure. I'm not showing him the squeak issues. He'll figure that out when he first Zuko. Alright. Alright. Let's start from the beginning. I think I've explained the basics. I'll explain things you've missed. Like things you need to look for, opportunities you've missed, ways to beat certain things. So this knockdown, this is a counter hit. This is where you need to get up and start doing like pressure, like a meteor and Oki. It said you back off. Yeah. If you're gonna back off, I quickly say this. If you're gonna back off, the best thing to do, because Mei's pretty good at this, the best thing to do is to set up a beach ball. You know. Do all this BS. Set up a beach ball. Oh, were you trying to set up a dolphin off that? I wouldn't even try to set up a dolphin. I just get close and, you know, do some normal pressure, because you do have a command grab. So you can tick into that if you wanted to. It's good. Alright. So this H dolphin is still a slow startup. I think you did an H dolphin, so I wouldn't work off that. You do like a H normal or 2D, something like that. Oh, now I think about it, there's also here's another normal that you might like. I see a lot of maze spam this when I look at all the normals. This normal is very good. And I think it's like +3. It's pretty plus. Can't remember how plus it is. It's very plus. It's really fast. You can catch people. So people can't dash at you because they'll get hit. And on counter hit, I think it's got a stagger effect. You can combo into it. So if they run into it, you can just spam this shit. Yeah, you can stop going there. It's very annoying. It's very good. Yeah, after this, let me go back. After this, all you could have gone from this range, is S Dolphin. From S Dolphin, you can't really do anything to set up. All you can do is kind of play kind of a poking game. This is like the next level of thing you can kind of do. So you do something like set up the dolphin, and then you can, you know, you can get a bit of spam with dolphins. Do an H dolphin. Maybe do a 3K. You're not bad buttons to poke at this range. Here's another trick. This is a trick that some May players do. Because they're frozen in fear. Because they think this is an up dolphin, so they need a block. Do stuff like this. Oops. Yeah, just the threat of a second dolphin coming out is very annoying. Because the other thing is, like I mentioned, the counter hits. Like look at this time you have. You'll give so much time. So you can go off that with meter. Like you're pretty scary with meter. But if you can't really set dolphin unless you get a knockdown or you're pretty far away. And even if you're pretty far away, I'd set up a beach ball, honestly. Yeah, she could just walk up and do that. Yeah. This is the problem. After you do this dolphin, like you're fine. You shouldn't be setting up anything. Don't set up here. Like you can poke with another dolphin. You poke with a normal, but just I'm pretty sure you're also in perfect range to do this. Almost. You're almost in perfect range. And that sucks. Alright, there's stuff you can do with that. Or maybe a push block. How about this? Good blocking. Maybe this will work. Yeah, there we go. Like if they block this. Oops. That's kind of cool. You're in range to do that on block. You're just gonna be careful about that. Ah, what he's talking about is he's talking about normal dolphin hit. He wants to like a knockdown and get a dolphin set up circus, but he's not really knocking down. Honestly, if you can, trying to go into 2D is better. Like, let me just bring up some frame data. I'm pretty sure 2D is not that bad. Like if you're in range to get to 2D, I'd go into 2D instead of Fire S, because 2D lets you get a knockdown. Dude, why is the color all changed? Which May player did this? Yeah, it's -1. Even if so, if it whiffs, it's got pretty good recovery. So even if it whiffs, you're fine. And if it hits, like if it gets blocked, you can just go into S Dolphin and be safe. So there's not much, you know, you'll be pretty fine just to go into 2D at those ranges. I'm pretty sure if 2K can hit, then 2D can hit. Yeah, so if 2K can hit, 2D will hit. 5K is a bit of a different story. But if 2K can hit, 2D will hit. Just remember that. Oh, if you want the frame data, I don't know if you know. I feel like maybe you should, but I'll just quickly put this in here. Just so you know the frame data. Let's just say 5H. +7, 5H. Oh no. It's so impressive. Oh my god. So you just get like 5K, 5H, and then dash up command grab because it's so fucking plus. Okay, no worries then. Let's get back to this. You can also go 2S2D, can't you? Let me just test this quickly without changing the stream. You can, but it's gonna... Yeah, you can, but it's a bit unreliable. So you're jumping out. I'm pretty sure that was a non-meaty. So here, what would usually happen is you can jump out of shit like this because it's not a meaty disc. Because it's not a real meaty disc. If it was a real meaty disc, you couldn't jump out, but it's not. So he has to poke you to keep you blocking so the disc can hit. And then you can do another mix-up, something like that. May's very annoying, so she could potentially get out of certain situations like this. Also, I'm pretty sure it's very fast, but don't be afraid. Because your S Dolphin is really fast. It's 5-frame startup. Yeah? So if you really need a counter poke and be safe, you know, make some room. I would say that, like, the Soul's done some, you know, bullshit. How about this? You can just quickly do this. If you're not at like a good range, because if you're at this range,
Counter.
You know, you're not like he can frame check pretty easily. So doing something like this, it's pretty good. Quick 5 frames, very fast. Just like a get off me type move. So in that situation, which I was just showing, which we'll just go through. Like just going into S Dolphin just to push them out, like here. Keep poking, which is fine. Which is your 2k. 2k. 5, sorry. 4S. That's 2S. 9, that's pretty slow. 12 is pretty slow as well. Close slash. Okay. 9, that's just kind of slow. Yeah. So unless you use 2k, counter poking is going to be a little bit not as good. That's why like quick S Dolphin is a little bit better. Also, like this Mila's air dashing, yeah. This is where like jumping back or neutral jumping and pressing jump H isn't like a bad idea. Like you don't have to stay in there. You don't have to stay on the ground. Like just jumping around, swinging a normal jump H when you feel like they're gonna air dash at you is pretty good because the reward will be very huge. If you can, especially if you can convert off it. Just mucking around, yeah. Just summoning, and you gotta be really careful with summoning. Like that's very unsafe, especially against like Amelia. Amelia can probably punish you. So yeah, backdashing and summoning is not gonna work out. Because Insane Haste should be like RCing every hit he does and like killing you. Just gotta be careful. Yep. Literally save your summons for when they're like almost full screen. And when I say summon, I mean summon the whole Sea Park. Summon SeaWorld, literally all of it. Summon the beach ball, summon a dolphin. But when you're at this range, you can't really summon. Like you're just summoning incorrect, summoning improperly, getting counter poked. Just rushing up on you. Yeah, like that's not real. If you're gonna backdash, maybe backdash an H dolphin when he runs at you. Maybe. Snake A dolphin there. If you've got them in block stun, summoning isn't too bad, but if you haven't got them in block stun, it's just not that good. Like what's the startup on summoning? It's pretty arduous, especially if it's the P1. Yeah, even these are like really slow. That was really unsafe. Also, doing 3k is you should try to RC 3k. Like if you 3k is very not. It's a very unsafe normal, but it's a very fast and very good normal. So you can do stuff like this. Stop blocking. Quick 3k. If you're gonna summon, so I think the first, so yeah, summoning too much, yes, but I feel like you're not going into knockdowns as much as you should be. Like if you're in 2k range, try to go into 2D and try to get a knockdown off that, and then confirm into a 2D and just end the combo there, because then you can summon a dolphin and go for Oki. And do the high-low with the 6k. Or just run up, command grab, you know. Stuff like that. can also watch like some top mate players. You can see how they play. So, okay, so here, when he jumps back like this and you summon, this is perfect. This is perfect range. Like, he can't do anything about it. Ugh, that was punishable as hell. I think at 5 days it's kind of hard to punish. Is it 5 day? Honestly, it's long range, so it's a bit hard to punish. Oops. Alright, so yeah, like look at this. 2P 2K. If you went to 2D here, 2P 2K 2D, you'd have Oki. Even like 2P 2K Fire S S Dolphin RC instead of H Dolphin because that is supposed to combo. And then you go into a 5D after this. Yeah, 2P 2K 2. That could have been a 2D for a knockdown. This could have been Fire S and S Dolphin, and then you got to RC that for 5D and then go up in the air for a combo and probably maybe killed. Yeah, 2D is pretty good, so you can do Oki off it. Nice smash out there. That could have been 2P, 2K, 2S. This could have been an S Dolphin. That could have been RC into a 5D for a kill. I don't think the D button is used in summon, is it? Yeah, I don't think D is using any summon, but whatever. I also doing some Yamato attacks just to get them off you wouldn't hurt either. Oh, another thing. If you are going to summon, you can do this. Because summoning shouldn't be just like, I can't summon, ever. In neutral. You can do stuff like this. You know, that's pretty good. Or you just have to remember two things. You just have to remember one thing you have to remember. Yeah. So, like all these, this is P Dolphin. It's K Dolphin. S Dolphin. Dolphin. It's K Beach Ball. It's B Beach Ball. I will mention, so with the Dolphins, I don't know if you know this about Dolphins. If you hold down the button and then release the button, the P button, then the Dolphin will happen. So the Dolphin's not going to do anything while I have it released. It'll eventually do it. Like it can't stay there all the time, but if you like release it right then, so you can do stuff while the P button is being held down, and then you can like let it go. It's like a negative edge thing. The other way, if you can't hold it down, if you press P again, so let's say you use a P Dolphin. If you press P again, it's going to come out. Same with K Dolphin. So this is me pressing P. If I press K, that comes out. S. See? So that's two ways for you to use your Dolphins. So I can negative edge this. If I can do it properly. I can negative edge it, or I can press it normally. So that's just a quick rundown. These just happen, these beach balls. Also, you get pretty good convert off them. Like, this sun's pretty big, so you can do stuff off it. Jeez, this is annoying. Yeah, but you can't convert off it. I'm just kind of bad at it. Also, if you really want some space and you want them to, like, you know, run into something, just get them your Yamada. Because it'll also take out a, like, if you haven't made it, you can do a lot of this. The other trick with it though, because there's a trick with this. So this beach ball, yeah, it actually moves during Super Freeze while they can't move. So this beach ball's gonna be like all the way there. Like watch this, it's gonna be across the screen already. See? It's already bounced, like it's already bounced. The shit moves during Super Freeze. So that's another small gimmick thing. You can I'll be uploading this so you can like check back on all these gimmicks I'm explaining. But I think I'm like gone through enough. I don't want to like spend any more time. Just go back to the thing match. This could just be like an S Dolphin and a pressure. You don't need to be afraid because the S Dolphin's kind of hard to punish and whiff. Hell, you could just 3k like this to start pressure. Like with a lot of meter, you're pretty much fine to just S Dolphin or 3k or just go straight in and RC. Free pressure. Okay, let's go through this quickly. Yeah. If you did 2k 2D here, that would have been better. Yeah, you do H Dolphin. Yeah, I think we already know this by now. 2k 2D would have been better though. I think teched with jump S, that would have been a bit better. Because you would have been closer to the ground and its jump S is a bit faster. I'm not sure. I feel like jump S like anyways. Jump S 12. Okay, that's still kind of slow. Maybe jump K was the right call though. Like I said, the best way to spend meter is 3k RC, S Dolphin RC. When I say RC, I mean like red Roman cancel. Because then you can go into a 5D after an S Dolphin. You can press a summon, do a summon in neutral, and then do a YRC. And there are some probably high, and you can do whale. You can also do whale. Apart from, you can also wake up super as well. Wake up super is not bad. It's easier to bait out, but it's still a wake up super, so it's got its uses. Apart from that, I wouldn't worry too much about other things you need RC for. Oh, that was an okay summon. I feel like she could have like dash forward slash because everything dies if you get hit. That's the problem. That's why like summoning isn't the best at situations like this. Yeah. I feel like every time you get a 2k, you should go into a 2D at least. Just experiment with that, 2k 2D. See how much use you get out of it. And then if you find range, if you like find it's not always working out, go into a fast slash instead. Just if it's range dependent. Right, yeah, so also as much as you are good, like you have decent buttons to like, you know, do stuff on the ground, I would, like I said, neutral jumping and just jumping around with jump S and jump H is a lot better just for like covering your ass, because she'll just, like this Amelia will just dash into you doing a jump H and get comboed and killed quite easily. Yeah, there's a combo behind that. Unfortunately, you didn't. I don't think you know the combo, but it's whatever. This 3k. After this 3k, it's slightly more advanced, but I would have done a dolphin, a dolphin summon, and then YRC'd it for Oki, because it's a bit of a harder Oki because you didn't do like a 2D or any other situation. So just getting a quick summon with YRC and going for a mix-up would have been better here. Just like a heads up. I'm not really expecting you to be able to do this all the time. It's just like opportunities that you can like figure out and like notice. Yeah, so you know how to air dash of it. In this situation, I would have done jump 2H or jump H, and not jump K. Jump K is more of a like I'm really low to the ground, I need something really quick, or a rising normal. Jump S, preferably jump H, but also jump S and jump 2H are like the better buttons just to go down on someone like in a situation like this, because you would have had more hit stun. You would have been able to get 2K 2D as a combo. I wonder if you can do this. You might also be able to, I wouldn't recommend to do this, but I just feel like I just want to try it out. No, you can't. No, it would be funny if you could. I guess you can just do this. Oh yeah, there is some more damage you can get off this situation, yeah? Bloody do it. Yeah, it's Kate Orphan. I'll get this eventually, I swear to God. Jeez. You can't get the picture, but you can't. There is like a low option after that, because you could go high or low after it. There are big combo opportunities there. I don't know if you're doing this, but you can FD. Like, you can push out this Milia and then counter poke with like an S Dolphin. Because if you FD her out, then she'll whiff a normal because of the range, and then you can just do an S Dolphin and counter poke out and take your turn back. We could 3k, or could fast slash, you know, something. Maybe you could even 2D, because I think you have good range to do 2D. Sure, like with like a fast slash, you just 2D it. So FD, which is faultless defense, is a pretty decent option. Oof, yeah, it's just unfortunate. You can't really do anything about that disc. Bit of a scary mash out there. Yeah, this is where I'd be jumping back in the corner and pressing jump H or something. I'd also be like pushing out the melee here. Like I'd push out the melee with FD, and then I could do something. Because she'd 2D and her turn would be over, you know? Ooh. Yeah, you FD to beat that, that's good. Like you got more space to do stuff. I really wouldn't recommend trying to anti-air with 2H or 6 speed or anything like that. I think it's better to be air to air or rising normal. So to quickly show the example, this is very annoying to deal with. So like if the soul has you in the if someone has you in the corner, just you know, you can super jump this, do this. Because you can do it. It's really active. Look at this. And if they try to interrupt it, you know, it can be counter hit. And if they're respecting you, you can just you can jump out, or you could even do that. Why don't you do this? No, don't do that. It's a bit of a waste. You'll see Maze do this a lot. They'll jump, and they'll try to bait an anti-air. Jump age, or maybe 2 jump ages. It's really annoying to deal with because it's hard to anti-air because it's hard to air throw, which is a good answer against it because this is so bloody active. It'll just hit you trying to jump at her for a counter hit, so you can't air throw it. You can't even. It's hard to rising jump here as well. I have to like do a decent anti-air somehow just to beat it. I don't know if Kahuna's here, but we'll do his match in a little bit. I think I've explained a fair amount. JMS. Do you have any questions, JMS? Any other questions? While I quickly go through this last game. Oof, that can't hit jump K. Could have landed and done another jump K. If you did a jump K here, jump K, jump H, you would have been able to combo. Because there's a counter hit. Oof, yeah. Now going to S-Dolphin, that's good. Yeah. Just got you mashing. Just gotta be careful there. You're close enough for that to combo, so that's good. But like I said before, going into a knockdown wouldn't be bad. I don't know if that's a true reversal, but it works out, so... Oof. Yep. That was supposed to be... You were going to do a 1k or 2k, but in the one direction. You got a 3k when he crossed you up, so... It's kind of funny. If we want to quickly go over the Milia. So what was happening? So you should be able to get it most of those situations. You should definitely be able to get a meaty. So there's two disco keys. There's that's a non-meaty. And this is a meaty. So if it's a meaty, you can't jump out of it. And he does his mix up, whatever. But if it's a non-meaty, something like this is how he's going to meaty you. He's going to do, you know. So you're gonna do something like that, because this will catch you mashing. This should be hitting you first. Or he could be like at a good distance. It's a little bit better in the corner. Something like that. So that most of the time he never really got like meaty Discoki, which is this, which you can't jump out of, you can't mash out of, and he can't really do anything before it either. You can do that, but you're going to be blocking anyways, so he's got to do different types of Oki. But this one, if he's trying to do like tricky shit, that's he's got to kind of meet you with a normal to keep you in place. And then he's got to, and then he can do another mix up after the disc is hit, or he could go for, you know, like after, this could be his low option, and then this could be could have been his high option. But it's still like unreliable-ish. Most of the time you can just jump out if they're trying to do tricky shit and trying to, you know, because it's not real. It depends on if it's meaty or not meaty. Early, if they do the disc early, it's gonna hit you as you wake up, which is meaty. If they do it late and you're waking up before it hits, then you can do stuff. So it's not really a mistiming thing. It's just he didn't really press any buttons to keep you locked down before the disc hit, and it would have caught you mashing as well. How long has it been going for? Almost an hour, so I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Maybe you can convert off that. It'd be a bit hard, but yeah, too much summoning. Oof, yeah, that's punishable. Lucky he didn't punish it that hard. Like this. This is fake. This disco key is fake. So you could have jumped out of this. If you jumped, if you mashed, preferably jump, because mashing you could just do nothing and you can get hit by the disc as it falls. If you just jumped out, you would have been fine. But yeah, it caught you with the overhead because you respected it. You can also backdash it sometimes, depending. If it's mid-screen, you can sometimes backdash it. Ooh. He's chipping you out. He's in the air more than you are, which is a bit funny. Yeah, so don't be afraid to just throw out S Dolphins like at this range. You didn't H Dolphin here. H Dolphin's a little bit not as good. S Dolphin's just better, just like checking him. You can put him at a good range for you to do your stuff. You know. It's really fast, like I've said. You can RC it to continue pressure or to get a combo of it. A lot of stuff you can do. You're just getting hit by overheads again. These aren't real. You can jump out of them because it's not a meaty disc. You could potentially throw him if he's close enough. You could just mash it normally, but I wouldn't recommend it in case he baits it. Yeah, you're just getting like you block it high, which is good. Oof. Alright. I'm going on to the next one with Big Kahuna if he's here. Any more questions, JJ? No worries, JJ. JMS, rather. JMS Unbreakable. This is a quick match. Yes, it was. It'd be better if Kahuna was here so he could ask me questions and whatever. It's a bit awkward. No, 6H. Alright, so hey Hyun, I think the few things that I remembered from this match is you weren't exactly using some of the better buttons that I like from a Hey Hyun. So first of all, his 2P is godlike. It's so fast, it's so good. And you can go into 2D at the end of all of them. And 2P is like, is where the money is. Okay. So 2P is a really good button. If you're in close range, you don't always have to go into 6P. 6P is an anti-air button. Or try to limit to an anti-air button. If you're gonna do stuff off it, maybe you can do this. I guess. I only 6P as like a only 6P is like a only 6P is like a anti-air though. Dashing up with this isn't the best. Your other buttons though, like this is a good button. Like your Forest and your Vibe K are really good buttons. And this combos. Should at least. Yeah. You have really good stuff, like I like to see more 2P. I like to see, you know, more Fire S. You can even just spam this if you like. He's got really good buttons to spam with. You don't have to use 6H and 2H all the time. You could, you know, go into this. This is really good on hit. Like you can combo off this on normal hit or charge. If I could do it properly. Like that. You can RC it. You can do stuff off it, but if you're not up to the loops, it's just advice. Yeah, just something like this, something simple. Let's try to go through this a bit more. That was a bit. That's a bit. You can do. Technically, you can do this. Like it's. I don't think it's that much bad of a thing to do. It's a pretty good special move. The big kick. Ooh. It's minus 11, but it's still pretty good. Like it's very annoying to deal with, and the reward would be huge if it hits. He does like technically do the correct. He does do a punish. It's not the correct punish, but it's a punish because of it. So every time this happens, like you want to try to get a punish on every time he does something dumb, because that's what he's doing. Technically, Heihyun, it's unfortunate because Heihyun has like one of the best punches. It's just a bit harder to do. I think trying to do, if you want to like start with, you know, do something like that just for. I hate that. I hate how you can take that. Just trying to get something off this. But yeah. He's gonna attack that, so just doing something simple like that is fine, because it goes into your ball leggy. And he's gotta block that, so you can wait for that to hit before you do your thing. What am I trying? I thought that was like I'm not too familiar with like Heihyun combos because he's taking that. But the better thing to do. So I'm just saying, like the first optimal thing to do is just, you know, get a knockdown, get your ball low-key. If you can also do something like this. You can't do it. Damage like that. So there's something you can do like that.
It's not over yet.
But just try to get like a basic punish going. Yeah, so I'm trying to like just get a knockdown of that. Not too familiar with Heihyun knockdowns from the air because they tech them all the time. Anyways, so unfortunately, this type of a this type of player versus Nagato is a bit of a wild player. So all you want to do is practice punishes. Just practice punishes, because you'll just do wild things. You'll still need to block that overhead. That's the only scary thing you have to worry about. The first scary thing you have to worry about is blocking Bandit Bringer, because it's an overhead, and the second thing is dealing with his wild throw, his command throw, eventually. Yeah, this section is really risky. You have a lot of meter as well. Like what you could have done here is you could have dashed up. You could have dashed up Far S into the what's the name? Into the Falcon Dive. Far S into Falcon Dive. RC that, and you can take a turn back like that. Nah, what I'm doing is I'm reviewing for this guy. He's a new player. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to give him the simple stuff to do. You know, how to deal with this certain player, what he should be doing, simple punishes, stuff like that. If you really want to kind of counter poker, you could just press 2p. I wouldn't because he's +2. But if you like pressing 6h here is just, you know, not that good. If you're gonna 6p as well, 6p this, 6p this, 6p right stamp. That's how you deal with it, and just collect damage because it's counter hit. Yeah. After this, when you made this whiff, you dash up 2D. You could have 2D this, or dash up / Falcon dive, whatever it is. Falcon dive. Oof. If you had a knockdown off that would have been you just want to knock down. You want to get your stuff started. So like 2p, like jump E, jump S, jump H. Do you know him or something, Moose? Is he a Tekken player? I feel like it feels like he's a Tekken player. I don't know. I feel like everyone that I know from you is a Tekken player. I also just blocking low in general. So react to 6p. React 6p against right stamp. Actually, I'll show this. I'll just show all the punishes straight up. Because it's hard to tell you what to. Maybe if you play another Newbie Tourney. How about this? If you play another Newbie Tourney, and you verse someone that's not as wild as Nagato, and there's stuff that I can show you, then I'll review that. But for right now, it's hard for me to tell you what to do right and what to do wrong. All I can tell you is what to punish with. Because Nagato is going to just do crazy things all the time. Oh, you did? Yeah. So if he plays in the next Newbie Tourney, I don't know if he wants to continue playing, but if he plays in the next Newbie Tourney, which unfortunately will be next what's the name? Next Friday. Not next Friday. Like next month, middle of next month. Then he can. Oh, alright. Alright, miss. But yeah, if he joins next month for the Newbie Tourney, I'll review a match of him against hopefully not Nagato. To show him some, like he's showing some stuff. But apart from that, the Punishers. Yeah, January. Like 17th of January is the next Newbie Tourney. Oh no, technically the 10th of January. I'm just not going to be here, so someone else has to record. Anyways. So, right stamp. How to deal with this. Just 6p. You can do it as late as, like crazy late. You can do it really early. You can do it really late. Just that's how you deal with that. That's the best thing to deal with it. Next thing. This. If you're too far away, let's just say like this happens. Just do this. You know. Or you can do this. a bit hard. You don't mind you? Oh, yeah. I might get fiery still next week. For the Friday if I can. Maybe we'll see. Pepsi wants to commentate, but we'll also see about that. Maybe Derek will maybe I can get Derek to commentate. Maybe I can convince him. We'll see. But I will be doing like a review of it if any new players join that. Apart from that. Yeah, the situation I was talking I'm just trying to demonstrate Yuga's just like, just say you randomly jump over it and you need to punish it. Just do this. You could try to just do this. Next punish. So, a bringer. The best optimal punish is to do this. Just something like that. But you can just, you know, I'll try to demonstrate this. A little bit better. This is what happens if I don't instant block it. It's still kind of his turn. Sort of. It's a bit unreliable, but if I instant block it, it's my turn every time. I can throw him if I'm close enough, like let's just say. It's even more advantage to me if I instant block the what other things was he getting you with? Oh, Fafnir. So here's another. If he goes a Fafnir, he's plus. Like it's his turn. The IB, it's your turn. Unfortunately, a lot of this character is IBing a lot of situations. You know, just a lot of IB. That's how you beat this character. And in case he goes to dive kick, that's another gimmick. Ways to punish that would be just an anti-air, a decent anti. It has to be kind of early. God. Something like that. It's a bit weird. The other way to beat it is... Let me try this. Let's air throw it, I think. I think Alien is like the top tier answers against this. Do that. Jeez, why is this lagging? So slow. Yeah, is there any other guaranteed thing? I could do this. There's a couple of options you could do, but he hasn't done any dive kick yet, so you're kind of lucky there. Let's get back to the match. Yeah, you're just getting caught mashing. That's an OTG situation, because then you wake up and you press a button, it catches you again it. I don't like 5p as a normal. 2p is a lot better. Yeah, so when you block this, I think you try to do 2H, but you press 2 buttons by accident. Or like 3H rather, and you press 2 buttons by accident, so you did a low parry. And you're charging it. So that's kind of unfortunate. So always try to hold back whenever you're doing something like this. Yeah, you go 2P, 2P, and then you try to do a jump, like you do jump P, then you try to do a jump K. Just do jump P, jump S, jump H for a knockdown. Ooh, so yeah, like, you know what you're doing. I feel like that's a good start. 6P, then you did a jump H. If you did just 1, 2, if this was a jump S, into a jump H, you would have brought them down to the ground, and then you would have done a fireball, or like the H tunable, whatever it is, and then stuff would have happened. It would have been really good. Yeah, just getting caught by that. You could have thrown this, because he just whiffs the button now. He's so close. Like this, you could have just like back thrown this. But you did 2P, I like that. This 2P just needs to go into a 2D. You could just like press this like 3 to 4 times, just if you really want like good timing on confirming. And you could have just gone to 2D and then put down a tunable, but you went to 5H instead, but yeah. Like the aim of this game is to always get a knockdown, especially, this character's like especially really wants to knock down. 2D and jump H are like the knockdown buttons, like seriously needs the knockdown for his little tunable Loki. Yeah, so you did try to punch it 2H, you're a bit too far, but so it wasn't going to be as good, but still you got to burst out, so it's good. Like you're punching, you're chilling, you're punching, you're waiting for him to do dumb stuff. Yeah, like I like how you're chilling, it's good. Unfortunately, you're just getting caught by stuff like this. And you're trying to punch with the 2H, you need to dash up a little bit before you do it. It's unfortunate. Yeah, then you press the 6B. There's another punish. Yeah, if you were just going, like I feel like over the set you're doing better stuff. Like you're doing, if you just did that one combo, you'd be getting knockdowns, you'd be getting stuff going. It'd be really good. Yeah, and you press 5D. I think you maybe wanted a 2D, I don't know. Maybe you wanted a burst super, and you mess up the input. Yeah, he's getting caught mashing. This is when you just need to be just FD and let him do his crazy thing. Just FD in the air, let him do his crazy thing, and then you can punish. Yeah. Just checking into FD would also be like a great help of dealing with this. Okay. So you do. I'm pretty sure this is techable, and you didn't do a forward jump here, so you didn't kind of fall in front of him to be able to do a tunable. Also, you didn't really knock him down close enough to the ground while you're close enough to the ground to get a meaty one that goes on the other side. So it's like no point. That combo is kind of funny. When this counter hit, this counter hit thing hit, you could have done 2P 2D, like 2P and then into 2D into a knockdown. Yeah, he's like super new. That's why he's missing a lot. Yeah, you're attacking and then you're getting hit by something. It's a burst, then you go burst. I feel like you're trying to do burst super there, but you didn't have burst. I don't know. And yeah, just get caught. I feel like I can't give you too much more because the match was a bit too wild and yeah, I feel like I can't tell you too much in this type of matchup. If next Newbie Tourney, when someone plays, I'll be able to like help you a lot more. Now his sword's here. I'm gonna add swords if he's not here. Oh yeah? Okay. So how long have you been playing RAM? And do you have any questions for me about RAM? I'll get into it. I'll let you fire away any questions you have. Alright. How to approach. So that's... So Ram's, if there's one thing that's weird about Ram, it's her neutral. She's not that good in that. She's not that good in neutral. She's not that good on the ground rather. Okay, I'll show you some things. I'll just quickly go over some stuff. Is a PC.
Ramleval versus Soul. Get ready to rock.
So, on the ground, the only buttons I can say are good on the ground for a Ram are this button and fast slash. Fast slash isn't, like, this is very unsafe. Doing this and then trying to go into a Dara is very unsafe. Like, this is not reliable. It's good reward, like, we can explain why it's not reliable. So first of all, this is standing on hit. This doesn't combo. Yeah? To show it again. So block anything after the first hit. It blocks. So that means you can IB anytime after that. It only works if you counter hit or if they're crouching. So that's why it's not as reliable. So that's the first problem. in the air, jump S isn't a really good jump in normal. It's a more of a neutral button normal, or maybe more defensive. It's not the best to, you know, jump in like this. Maybe you can do something like this. Also, jump P is not a good jump in normal. Like, most of the time what Ram's gonna do is he's gonna jump in like this. And just got a simple jump H button like this, yeah? It's very easy. And it gets her stuff started. I guess 2D can also be kind of okay poke. So most of the time what's going to happen is the Ram's going to summon swords and kind of get close. So she'll summon her swords in neutral, preferably the H one. It depends, because if you lose H sword, you're gonna lose this. Your other normals, like this isn't that good of a normal. You're gonna lose this. If you lose S normal, like if you use your S sword, you're gonna lose this and this. And these are kind of alright as well. Try to never use this. This is not a good normal. These aren't good. Try to really avoid them. You could also do something like this, maybe. Apart from that, though, I guess jump K is alright. Like, what you can do is you can do, like, you know, stuff like that. All I can say, like, I'm not the expert on Ram neutral because it's not as clear cut. She doesn't have the best normals. She's got a simple way. She's got simple ways in, but they're also they're like kind of simply defeated as well. Because you just instant block this and throw it as you land. It's not so cut and dry. All I can say is the best way to get in right now is the jump H. Because of it's like huge. It goes all the way down. It's hard to anti-air. It's very active. Just that'd be your first way to do it. Because she's got really weird dead angles. Alright, on to strings. So her two most important strings for pressure for combo. So if you're gonna mash, because this is a mashing button, yeah? I'll start off with this. This is your mashing button. So generally what you're doing is this. You're doing a lot of this. What you should be doing is a lot of this. And what you will do with this is you'll go and when I say, so you have to look at my inputs as well though, because I'm doing a bunch of 4P. If I don't press 4P, you're gonna get an auto combo. So you have to hold 4P, or the backwards direction where you're doing this. Then you want to go into this 2K to do this. Now if you're holding down 1 while this is happening, this is going to keep happening. So you have to go 1, 3. If you do this and you try to go into down 3, you're going to get that. And you don't want that. So you got to go 4P, 1K, 1, 3. Like 1K, 3K. And that just gets you something very simple, very, like, you just want to mash, do that. That's very simple. Because then after this, you know, you can get stuff started. You can do your overhead, you can do a lot. So another string. So this is your main mix-up string. It always starts from 2k. The thing is, you can't press normals while in 2k. You have to be in, like, you can't press them while in 1k, and you can't really do them in 3k either. So you have to do them in low. You have to do them in 2. You have to let go. See how let go on the P there? So what's going to happen is you're going to do this K, and you're going to let go and press P. And then after that, you're going to go for a high, which is this. It's got huge reward, and it's +3. But you can go... Yeah, you can do stuff like this. It's got huge rewards like that, and you're +3. Or you could do the low option. The low option has almost no... It's minus. It's like -7, so it's punishable. And it doesn't have much OK off it. Like, the only thing you could do is, like, on hit. You know, something like that. So... This is the god string. This is +3. Like, to show you how... So after this happens, you can just press a bunch of buttons, like on block. And it's super hard to contest. So you just see a lot of Rams do this. You know, they could take that turn back. And that leads to the next thing. So, in terms of other strings, most other strings don't matter too much. Like, you'll have this for your combos and stuff. But your other normals, so this is really fast, yeah. Sometimes people do this. This is not good. This is minus this part, this neat part. But this string isn't that bad. So this is 4 frames. This is 7 frames, but it's got good range. And this is only -1, and it moves you forward, and it's kind of good. You know. I'll just show you some frame data. It's a bit complicated if I don't show frame data. So if you want a link to this, I can give you a link to this. I'm pretty sure you know where the dust loop is. Anyways. So this is the 5p. This is just like a mid screen ender. This is kind of useless. This is the string I'm talking about right now. So as you can see, 5k 7 frames, -4. The second hit, which is this knee thing, which moves forward, is -1. So it's kind of good to just move forward, and then you can confirm it on hit. So let's say, like, you confirm it on hit. Just stop blocking. If you confirm it, you know. Then you'll do something like this. Or even better, you'll just, you know, you just put yourself in a better situation because on hit you're like 0, and this is a 4 frame normal. So now you're plus. Now you're like nice and close, and you're more neutral, and it's better for you. So what else? Try not to do 4K. That's not a good. It's not good. Just kind of weird. This is the standing overhead, which is +3. It's kind of weird as well. This is also kind of weird. This is low. This is the overhead and low string, which I was talking about. So this 2k is your knockdown, which you can do off a bunch of 4Ps. And this is This is your this is the O key. So it's a low, a 2k, then another 2k. Is that it? No. 2k, then a P. So 2k, then a P, and then another P or a K. So this is the overhead. The overhead is +3 and it gets you good reward. And this is the low. It's -12. It doesn't really get you as good reward, but it just messes them up a little bit in case you need like a knockdown. And all they do is block the high. Another thing you also got to remember is the this is slower. The third hit comes slower, but this is faster. This low is really fast. It comes out really fast. So most people block low and then react to the overhead. Another thing is, so you know how I was saying, like I took clicking on neutral. You know how I was saying like, oh yeah, this isn't the best stuff, and you want to win the air more. That's why, like, you know, dancing around and summoning isn't a bad thing, because as soon as you get the swords out, even if they die, you can get them in this, and this can catch them blocking because they have to kill the swords. You can just like swoop in. You can convert off it. A quick primer on the swords. So every time you summon a sword, you can only do this version, which is like a quick slash. This is the big swing, which is after you've summoned them, which does a lot more. It's slower, but it's a lot more. So once you've summoned them, like this, it's kind of slow. They come out like decently timed, but the speed at which they come out is dependent on how close you are. So watch at the speed when I summon them now. Instant. Very fast. But if they have to teleport forward, they're a lot slower. If they have to teleport like a long distance, they're really slow. It takes a long time for them to get over that because they got to teleport back to the location. And if they die, they're out of commission for a little bit, you know. In case you don't know the combos for like, here's a simple combo for Ram. I'm actually not the best at Ram combos. All I can recommend is watching, like, go in the Discord. You know, going to the Discord and getting some stuff. So I could just say you've done like the whole screen combo. You do something like this. Do 5D. It's annoying. Do something like this. Something like, yeah, just something like that. Simpler. So, simple way to do this is I hate range combos so much. Can you do this? Okay, you can do this. It'll be a little better. Yeah, how about this? Funny. Something like that. I won't go too much into it because I've already like playing too much. Alright. Back to the game. If you wanted to, you could just summon a sword here in neutral. Because you're kind of on the ground too much. Yeah. It's a bit better. I think after this, that 5H, that's fine. You can just go in and, you know, you just dash up, put a sword down, do stuff. I feel like you can't tech that, so you got to be kind of careful. But doing this is just, you know, gotta be careful. Also, you're pressing these buttons too much. Like you're trying to auto combo too much. Like if you really want to do something, you remember how I was saying that 4P? Like if you like really want to start some pressure, then just do this. You know. You do a bunch of these, then you're in. You can do your overhead, your low. Because what you're doing right now is you're doing this. Doing a lot of this. Like, try to do this. It's a lot better. Hell, you could even do stuff like this. Like, this is a good move. Some stuff you can do at least. Probably not that last part. I would be careful about summoning after a block normal. Maybe fast slash at like a good range, but apart from that, I'd be careful. Because it's very easy to punish. Yeah, empty jump throw, it's kind of weird. Every time he does this, you should be throwing. Like every time he lands like this, just mash throw. He shouldn't be able to throw you, you should be at least throw taking, or you should be winning the throw exchange. Alright, so you have a sword out now. And you killed your sword. Your sword's back. You can press because you're set up now. Like you've pressed the fast slash. If you summon sword here, no, you do that to quickly get your sword back, which is kind of cool, I guess. But you could you could have extended pressure with a sword summon and then went up and did pressure. You can hold direction. So for example, watch. I'll just show you. Holding forward. I'm just holding it. Sorry. Hold it back. It's kind of weird to show. I gotta do it kind of like this. Yeah. You can't hold direction. If you really want to, like, you know, tick throw. See, you got the problem of, you know, having to deal with the sword. That's why I'd back throw, preferably. If you forward throw and you're not in range, or if you're dashing forward like this, then this will happen. Because you can't throw while dashing forward. So you're just going to get the summon. You have to stop moving. So if you want to do this, you have to, you know, this. Or instantly stop your momentum. Because this stops your momentum instantly, yeah? So you do something like, whoop, not that. Something like that. But you can just, something like that. So you kind of just like you dash up and then you hold back for a sec, like half a second. And then you do a throw. I just slide up to them a little bit. So what I'd recommend is to do a back, try to do a back throw. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward because you get a sword summon if you're dashing, but yeah, you gotta like just doing like just holding back for half a second while you're dashing, and then inputting a throw would be better. And then if you can do it FT, it'd be better as well. But that's if you can do FT break, it's a little bit harder. Alright, back to the match. Alright. So you're kind of doing all weird strings now. Like here, you could be doing like a bunch of 4Ps, then you could be going into the 2K, into the overhead string, the mix-up string. Instead you do that. Oh, that flip kick's a bit weird as well. Like some normals are like really weird. Some moves to the RAM are really weird. Like if I'll just show you some of the weird ones that are kind of odd. This move, this spin move, is kind of weird. Maybe you can do it after like after an air normal, just to get down to the ground a little bit safer. But it's not the best move. It's kind of weird. This fireball move is actually pretty decent, especially if you use YRC, because you could just throw it out and follow it up and cover yourself a little bit. Martelli and Forpelli are kind of odd. You can maybe combo into them, but they're not the best. This is your reversal super. Yeah. Apart from that, Daru. Your command grab's okay. Your command grab's pretty okay. Like I've seen Nibble. Nibble's like an upcoming Ram. I think he's pretty good. He uses a lot of command grabs in some of his Oki. Different RCs. Alright. So there's 3 RCs. There's a PRC. Don't worry too much about PRC. PRC is when you fuck up. That's a PRC. So a YRC is when you cancel like the startup frames of something, and sort of the active frame. Like not really the active frames. If I do this. Like the first few frames of the active. Like that. So this YRC costs 25. It costs 25 meter. The other two cost 50. So PRC is like, oh, I fucked up type thing, because it's when you whiff a normal and you whiff something, and then you cancel it and it's really late. It's not as good as YRC, but it's like a YRC. A YRC is when you want to like summon something really quick, follow it up type thing. there's also like an option select with normals. Like if you do this, then you'll, and if it whiffs, then nothing happens. But if you do this while it hits, then it'll RC. So it's good for catching people who kind of like try to get out of certain things. RC though, the red room and cancel is a combo tool. So to sum it up, this is for project. This is YC is when the opponent is not in hit stun or block stun. So if they're in hit stun or block stun, this will be red. But if it hasn't reached them yet, it'll be yellow. If you kind of do this late, like let's say it's like more of a fuck up thing, so you don't have to worry too much about purple, then you're gonna get a purple. It's like a fucked up yellow one, basically. So this is your so this is your combo tool. It's when they're in hit stun or block stun, you get this. This is just, you know, set up, and this is when you fuck up. Don't worry about purple. Yellow is basically for projectiles. Think of it as just like helping you for projectiles, or just for stopping time and dashing around to do stuff, you know. And this is your combo tool. Think of it like that. A lot of this stuff is also explained on the tutorial and mission mode, so maybe you should go back and like give it a bit of a look every so often, just to make sure you're up to date and everything. Back to the game. So what happens here? You actually do the K. You do the K follow up here. You could have actually comboed off this. Let me just show you how you could have comboed off this. Could have done that. Good. I don't know, combo too well, but yep, you could have done 5k, 5d. What do you mean by dust throw? I don't know what you mean by dust throw. Oh, the dust dash thing. Ah. So, some characters, majority of the time, most characters want to go to the wall because it wall splats. If you're near the wall, you're generally going to want to go to the wall. For a Ramlethal, what's going to happen? What's going to happen for a Ramlethal is you're gonna put them all the way to the wall, because this is how Ram combos work. Just see him mid-screen. Because you want this wall splat. Because the wall splat will get your stuff going. If you do the upward one, it's not as good. Because you don't get Oki up there. The only times that doing it upwards dust can work is if you can knock down from up there, but you can't as a ramp. So you want the side one. Because you have good stuff. You know, you have good stuff with that. With the side one. So try to do the side one. The only time you would ever do the up one is if you're like so far away from the corner and you just need to look to eke out a little bit of damage, then maybe you can do the up one. But even then, the side one is probably a little bit better because it lets you knock them down. Because you can do stuff like this, like if you know, try to do stuff like this. I don't know, just getting a knockdown, you know. Yeah, this is just in case he gets a 5D. Just always try to go for the corner. Just always go for sideways. You're not often going to get 5D. Sometimes you will, but it's more of a combo tool. So you could have actually comboed off this, but instead you summon a sword. But just fine as long as you press a button. Like you need to press a button to keep them blocking here. Because if you press the button a bit earlier to keep them blocking, then the sword would have hit and you could have gone up and done more pressure, you know? Into like your string. But he just smashes out. So you kind of pressing stuff. Gotta be careful. This is where I'd summon a sword here, because your sword's already out. I just summon a sword. I just summon a sword and then dash up behind it and wait for them to try to deal with the sword, or to ignore the sword, and then you just fall up behind the sword. But instead you kind of dash forward and do like that. Yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah, you get hit by that. Caught by 2D. Fortunate. Look, I won't, unless you have any more questions that you want me to explain in the match. Like I'll just talk about the match, but unless you have any questions that I might need to use training mode for, I'll probably limit it till after the game, after this review. So yeah, you mash. That's a combo. There's just nothing you can do about that. I really wouldn't try to do that. If you're gonna jump forward, use jump H. Like if you did jump H here, you probably would have beaten out his normal and gotten free pressure. Jump D is not the best normal. It's a bit of like it's a bit of a gimmick. Yeah. I also wouldn't use that overhead flip kick too much either, or at all. It's not the best normal. The best thing to use. That was good. I like that. That's a good start. Did that. So you're -1 here, so then you go low, and you get a knockdown. If you summon a sword there instead of doing the flip kick, and then done like some sort of Oki afterwards, that would have been better. But it is what it is. Well, yeah, so now he's got the ball thing out, and you just gotta kind of block it. You could have thrown this, because he landed in front of you. You could have just back thrown this. You probably got a combo off that. It's kind of weird, but you could have just done there's combo 3 behind that. That was good. It's weird, but you summon a sword, then you did more pressure to keep them blocking. Then the sword hits, and then you can follow up on the sword. So that's a good thing you can try to do. Let's go with 2. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, it looks cool, but it's not that useful. Oof. Combos. That's punishable. In fact, when I say punishable, that's like 2D punishable.
Ramleval versus Hey Yo. Get ready to rock.
So I'm gonna block after this. Oops. But it's punishable the entire time. Oh, if I can do it properly. You could have just done that as like a knockdown thing. Because that's like super punishable. In general, you can do 4 red ones, I think. 3 or 4 red ones. Yeah. If you get the knockdown, then you do this and it whiffs and you just mash this. You gotta press the button there. So. It could have been a knockdown. This 4P could have gone to 2K. Like extending a combo. Yeah, you need to throw this. This is only 3 punishable. It's armor all the way. This is an okay super. I think he gets hit, yep. Yeah. Yeah. So that is punishable like I mentioned before, with 2D. Nice smash out. Unfortunately, able to confirm it or anything. That was good. In terms of anti-airs for Ram, she doesn't have the best anti-air. 6P isn't that good of an anti-air. Most of the time, air throw is your best anti-air, or just being air to air and using jump S or something. Or jump, maybe rising jump P. She doesn't have the best anti-airs, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah. So that situation is like another... This one, you could have done 5k 5D. And that could have been a combo into more warlocky. Gotta be careful jumping around. Yeah, that hurts. Get chipped out. Yeah, these need to be like anti-air or like thrown as soon as he lands, because this is kind of shouldn't be happening. This is kind of good stuff. It's odd, but it's working, which I guess is okay. But so that was an okay. I wouldn't really recommend that combo. If you get a close slash like this, then try to go into 2D instead of fast slash. Just do close slash 2D, because I think 2D is not that punishable. Okay, 2D is punishable, but it's jump cancelable. I'm very certain it's jump cancelable. Yeah. It's jump cancelable. 2D is jump cancelable. Get knocked down here. So every time you get a knockdown like this, the 2K knockdown, which does like the spinny kicks like that, that's when you just summon a sword and then you do stuff. But unfortunately you're not doing that. You're just going to the flip kick. This is another opportunity to dash up close slash 5/5D for a combo. For a wall splat combo. When they get you started. Like okay, so I could give you like so I will mention that that Ram is a very simple character. What she wants to do is she wants to get a hit of like 2D or 2D or Daru, 2D into Daru, or just a normal Daru, or just any hit that she can then corner carry. She'll do a corner carry, like loop things, and then she'll get to the corner while she'll wall splat. And off the wall splat, she'll do the 5D, and then she'll get set up where she summons both swords, or she'll summon like as many swords as she can, and do a combo, and then that's when she gets her blender going. So that's all you want to do. Every time you get a knockdown, or every time you can get them in the corner, do the blender loops, is what your goal is. So that needs to be thrown again. Like he went in a 2H as well. It needs to either be anti-aired or thrown as soon as he lands, or air thrown as he jumps in on you. Good fireball. Nice. You could have almost maybe combat off that. It's a bit weird. Oh, I almost go into that. Souls, do you have any questions? Any more questions? Because I feel like I've summed up a decent chunk of what you need to do, but you might have more stuff. Yeah. So, like I said before, Ram's a very simple character. Her neutral's like not that easy to understand or to do. You can be the best thing I can recommend is being in the air and being in the air a little bit more, summoning swords and following them up. You know, so that's a good first start. The next thing you would want to do is Make sure you're doing correct strings. Do that high-low string I recommended. Do that kick confirm from 4P string I recommended. Do that 5k into the second 5k, which is only -1, and it's a good range normal. So that's your 3 lots of strings that you can do over and over, simple strings. Every time you get a knockdown off like a normal throw or an air throw or the sweep thing, the 2k, every time you get a hit off that, just summon a sword and then go for a high-low mid-screen. If you do get a hit with Daru or 2D or any hit where you get like some corner carry and you do the loops to the corner carry, take them to the corner, trying to get the wall splat, and then do your 5D and set up a blender there. It's a bit, if you can get the blender going, you'd be super strong. But that's just like a slightly more advanced thing for RAM. That's just where a power is, so you got to worry about getting to that. Apart from that, I think that kind of covers everything. Yeah, if you're playing another Newbie Tourney, or if you have any VODs and you want more questions about it, or if the RAM Discord isn't helping you and you want some help, there are some RAM players around here that you can ask questions. Like, we actually have a few RAM players. We have a few decent RAM players. They're not like top tier, but they're pretty decent. Yeah, there are a couple of I don't know if you know who the good Ramlethals are. The best Ramlethals I can think of, I think Takahara is like the best Ramlethal in the world. And yeah, I can't remember the other two. Yeah, it's good. If you have any questions, yep, I'll answer them on the Discord. Apart from that, I've been streaming for about 2 hours, 20 minutes. So that's a decent chunk of time. If people do have questions or want some reviews in the future before the next Newbie Tourney, maybe I'll do them. Sorry, I'm just hearing like random noises from the window. Maybe I'll be able to do them in a group. But apart from that, I think that's all. GG, guys.